So I've been promising you guys some Need for Speed wheelies for a couple of days now, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing today. I've got some tips for you guys that will make you do some wheelies a little bit easier than you might expect, and I'm going to show you my progress of how I went from, well, this that didn't do a wheelie to something that pulled quite a massive wheelie, and it was a car that you wouldn't really have expected it to. So, firstly, I went and built this NSX, and it was awesome. However, it didn't do a wheelie for whatever reason. I don't know if I was doing something wrong. That was pretty cool. I don't know if I was doing something wrong. The tune wasn't too great itself, so I took it over to the drag strip. I'm like, maybe there's some more grip at the drag strip. But again, I get on the brake, I get on the gas, and I try my best to do a wheelie. I get on the NOS as well, and it doesn't move. It was really, really frustrating. So, I head over to the drag strip, or the drag dealership, excuse me, and then I'm like, what in this massive list of cars is going to actually pop a wheelie? So I was like, whatever. Let's just take an Aston Martin DB11 because I'm like, it's going to be cool to drive around with anyways. And I get out of the drag dealership and I just rev it up, and you just saw how much the bodywork moved right there. It was pretty crazy. So I'm like, okay, let's open up the live tuning. Here's a tip. If you want to do a wheelie and you're having some trouble, take your gearing, smash it over to acceleration, and take your NOS and put it on power. That's going to give you the biggest boost of power, and your gears are going to be in such a way where you're naturally going to be off the line as quickly as possible. So you're going to be doing wheelies very, very easily. So you can see we got some pretty good ones right there, but that is, of course, not how we're going to leave this. We got to go in and build our Aston Martin DB11 with a bunch of upgrades, and we're going to do the whole shebang. Now, my idea for this car was to sort of keep it almost like a sleeper car, but then you'll see towards the end of the customization process, that idea sort of goes out of the window. So yeah, there was that. Anyways, while we're doing this build, I can use this time to plug the AR-12 winter hats, which are now on the store. I will say get them while you can, because we only have a limited supply of them, and in the first day, we shipped 10 of them. The post office was not really pleased when we go in there and, like, can you enter all of these? So, yeah, get them while you can. There's a link down below, along with these guys. These are the brand new AR-12 decals that are now on the store. They were a part of our November 1st drop, and I promise that they were not late in any way, shape, or form. They were actually put together by Mr. DJ Customs himself. So you guys can check these out at the link in the description as well. We're actually giving them a couple of them away as well. So there'll be a link in the description along as well for that if you'd like to enter and get possibly some free ones. That's always cool. We've done a cool thing with Sticker Mule, the guys who make all our stickers, so that's really awesome. Anyways, I should probably talk about this build and stop product plugging in every single video, although I know you guys love it. You love the meme. It's turned into a meme now. Anyways, this Aston Martin DB11 actually has some pretty good customization available for it. Like, it's got wide body parts. Like, who in their right mind is gonna go and make an Aston Martin wide body? I mean, we saw it. We saw the Aston Martin Vulcan had some customization stuff. I mean, obviously that's a full-on track car, and no one in their right mind is going to customize that thing. I mean, I sort of get it with a little bit more for this thing, but a wide body on an Aston Martin, it's just insane. And then look at some of these wings you can toss onto this thing. Almost looking at those wings right now, I'm like, I kind of want to make a race car, because if you've been watching the Let's Play, in part 2 of the Let's Play, we drive around in this really, really cool BMW M5 race car, and it's got like this super cool wing, and if you just toss the wing on like to a normally painted car, it'd be like, what are you doing? That's ugly. But I feel like with like a race style paint job, you could actually make this thing look really, really cool. So here's where I was like, okay, we're gonna make this thing like a normal car, a normal like sleeper car. So I actually go and I toss the Aston Martin rims back on. It actually took me a really, really long time to go and decide what my wheels were, or that I wanted. So I sort of sped this part up, and I was like, what should I paint them as well? And then I just sort of sat on the color as well, and was like, I asked someone else in the room, I'm like, what do you think of this color? And I'm like, we'll make it hashtag Blue Crew Blue. You know, get your sticker link down below as well. But we're getting so good at the product plug, and I love it. So anyways, this Aston Martin looks pretty stock, actually. But then I forgot about vanity customization, as per always. So as soon as we jump into that, things usually go a little bit badly, because we've got these blue rims now, and I'm like, okay, let's try and do some stuff. Also, okay, another tip. I think I messed this up. I haven't done any Need for Speed science just yet, But you saw me there slam the car down. Now, I don't think that was actually a good idea, because if you think about it, the whole car is now lower, right? Which means the rear bumper is lower. So if you're doing a wheelie, the rear bumper is going to dig into the ground earlier, so you're not going to be able to pull as high of a wheelie as you otherwise would be able to. So, suggestion for you guys, if someone wants to do some science in Need for Speed Payback, compare slamming your car down versus raising it up with drag car wheelies and see what your results are if you get a higher wheelie or a lower wheelie, depending on if you raise up the car or lower it down. Anyways, as you can see, I tossed down blue underglow and blue tire smoke as well. The car became quite ridiculous very, very quickly. Anyways, just like that, we get back out onto the drag strip, and we were able to pull some huge wheelies. Now, I'll give you a tip about pulling some wheelies. If you want to pull the biggest wheelies, here's what I would do. Get on the brake. Hold the brake right away. Hold the gas right away. Your car will start to do a burnout and start to rev up the car. Then, let go of the gas, the car will start to pull away, and as soon as you get a little bit of grip and you see the front of the car starting to lift up and the back of the car squatting down, then get on the NOS. Do not hold the NOS straight away. You see what I mean? How I'm only starting to move, and then I get on the NOS. That sort of kicks it in a little bit once we're already up, and it shoots the front of the car up, and you can get some really big wheelies out of the thing. You can see me jumping into photo mode every now and again, just to sort of see how high these wheelies are, and they're like a solid, I would say like a foot in the air. That's pretty good, and I mean, I still don't know what cars are going to be the best for wheelies. I want to try out some all-wheel drive stuff as well, but I mean, the NSX we drove earlier couldn't do one. So I mean, there's definitely still some science to do in this game and see sort of what is the best wheelie car, what's the best setup for it, but I think this is a pretty good start if you want to go out and try to do some wheelies in Need for Speed Payback. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe down below. Check out the Let's Play. Like I said, we've been going with our daily episodes of our Need for Speed Payback series. So if that's something you're interested in as well, check them out, subscribe, and yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. There's your wheelie. That's a solid wheelie. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!